Okay, since we didn't get to meet on Monday, I wanted to give you all a little bit of information as we start into Module 2 and talk you through the assignment for this first essay, which is called, you'll see it right here, Writing Project 1, the defining moment, which is one of the things that I would have done today if I had, or excuse me, this week, if I had seen you in class. So if you click on that link for Writing Project number 1, the personal narrative, this is the document that it'll take you to. This is your assignment document, and you will be recognizing this format throughout the semester because I organize all of your major essays with the same information in the same order. So all of the information that you need to understand exactly what I'm expecting you to do in this first essay is included in this document. So I'm going to take a few minutes and talk you through it. You'll see up here at the top, of course, that your final draft is not due until the end of September on the 28th, which is a Sunday at 11:59, and you will be submitting that document, that final draft rather, in Canvas. So up here, we've got just a brief little intro. I realize here that it says, I told the story of the first time I realized how much my brother really cared about me. You guys unfortunately missed story time, which would have been part of our class on Monday. If I have a chance next week in a few minutes, I'll catch you up on that to give you an example of how I would have written this essay had I been assigned the same assignment. But for now, let's jump down to the second part here where it says essay task. This here details exactly what I'm looking for when you write your essay. So you are going to be exploring exploring a defining moment or a time when, as it says here, you had a shift in your understanding or you learned an important lesson. Now remember from the lesson on the personal narrative that's already in Canvas, this does not have to be a major eye-opening event. This can be a seemingly insignificant occurrence in your life so long as you had a shift in your understanding about and you learned something, whether that's you learned something about yourself and your abilities, or you learned something about your relationship with somebody important in your life, or if you learned something about the way the world works in general. That's your choice. So that's going to be your topic. In picking that topic, then you're going to tell a descriptive, engaging story that explains what happened. Okay, remember a narrative is telling a story, so that's the meat or the main part of this essay. You are going to be considering the various perspectives involved in the story and the other characters that were involved. And then of course at the end you do need to reflect on what you learned and or how this experience changed you. And that's the last piece. So those are the big pieces that you need to keep in mind when you're picking a topic and you're getting started on this. Now as you look through the rest of this document, you will see what I've outlined here is all of the information that you need for the writing process for this writing project. So I always detail each part of the writing process. So the first part is obviously going to be pre-writing. Oops. Okay, the first part is obviously going to be pre-writing right here. When you come back and meet me next week, which is week 4 on Monday, then the 15th, you need to bring 2 different pre-writing techniques with you. Okay, you get to choose what those are. You guys did a discussion last week in Canvas about different pre-writing strategies and techniques that you've tried and potentially some that you would like to try out. You get to pick, but you do need to have these completed before I see you on Monday. Okay, they do need to be on paper, so it can be typed or handwritten. I do not care. I don't care if it's messy or clean, but you need to already have something on paper and bring it with you so that we can work with it together and I can actually lay my eyes on it and talk to you about your topics when I see you next week in class. After pre-writing, you'll see that we do have 2 drafts that we're going to be completing. You'll have a first draft and a second draft. Don't worry about those just yet. You'll see that we will have peer review next week on Wednesday evening. It'll be due by Wednesday evening online. I will go through the specifics of that when I see you guys. So don't stress that part just yet. I will get you prepared for that on Monday when I see you. And then of course the final draft, which is due again on the 28th in Canvas. And it has again the specifics that I'll be looking for at that point in your writing process. When you look at the second page of this document, you'll see that I did give you here several possible topics that you could consider writing your paper about. You are by no means restricted to this list. This is just a springboard to help you get started thinking if choosing a topic is something that presents a challenge for you, or if you're just not really sure where to start your thinking and picking a topic for this essay. This list here might be a good place. Last thing I want to point out here is to remember that this is a defining moment essay, not a defining stage or period in your life. So as I said here again, and I stated it in the lesson on the personal narrative on Canvas, you're picking one solid, specific story to focus on, that moment. That is the purpose of this essay. You are not detailing 3 years of something or a whole weekend of something. It is the one story that taught you that lesson. Okay, I look forward to seeing you on Monday. In the meantime, let me know if you've got questions or concerns about exactly what I'm looking for with this first assignment.